Hello, lovely people. Happy Saturday. So I'm Devika. I use this space to connect with kids and share their uniqueness, their passion, their thoughts with you all. So today I have with me Nikita. Nikita recently did her first classical dance performance, and she's so delighted to share her experience with you all. So welcome, Nikita. And before that, let me tell you all, Nikita is someone who is so close to my heart. More than that, she's my heart. She's my lovely, lovely niece. So yeah, Nikita, welcome. Thank you, darling. Thank you so much. So lovely to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And darling, did you just want to introduce yourself? Which class do you go to?
I'm Nikita Prasad. I'm in starting class 10.
Yeah, wonderful.
I'm in India, Kerala, Kochi.
Kashi, yeah. And you recently moved from the US a couple of years ago.
Yes, I moved in before 5th grade from America to India.
Yeah.
Since then, I've been studying here.
Yeah. And darling, when we spoke yesterday, like about what topic can we choose for the video, you were saying the whole experience of your first classical dance performance was just so wonderful that you were just like, I want to share that with everyone. So tell me, darling, tell us what everything that you want to share about your lovely experience. So when did you start learning? Yeah, tell me, darling, tell me. Go ahead.
I started learning in the beginning of Corona. I started learning in this school then. I learned bits and pieces earlier when I was in America.
Yeah.
But never actually got to do a performance.
Yeah.
But now I've been studying for a year and a half or so I got the chance to do a performance here.
Yeah.
There was a lot of so much to think about then. Like I was noted on like a short notice because they didn't know at the time that I was in Kochi. Yeah. They still thought I was somewhere else.
Yeah.
So once they found out, they added me within like 3 days before. It was such a rush, but like a good one.
I know. I can imagine. So it's a combination of nervousness and excitement. Not nervousness, a bit of anxiety that you're going to perform in the next.
I didn't have much time to like become nervous.
Yeah. So
and like I usually get very nervous in front of huge crowds. But one thing was I couldn't wear my glasses while dancing. So like I barely could see the crowd, which actually really helped.
Okay, that's cute way of saying. So, and then how is the whole experience of dressing up as a classical, in a classical
that dance? Was one of like the main reasons I joined the dance, to get all dressed up, and like the hair, the makeup, the jewels, the costume.
And you look so beautiful.
Thank you. It's very different. Like I've seen it in pictures, but like getting it done on yourself is like a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Like seeing all the different costumes of different people. And the school I go to has Bharatanatyam and Mohiniyattam. So like I was able to see that too. Like people getting ready for that also.
So, darling, like you were saying, it's so different when you put on the makeup and the costume.
Yeah.
Than seeing someone else.
It gives you like as though it's a different person.
You become a different person. Yeah. That's it makes a lot of sense. You become the character and okay. Oh, that's like the way you said you become a different person. That's true, isn't it? That's what the whole classical dance, the dressing, everything is about. You're becoming a different personality and in front of the people. Oh. And okay, that's good. And Nikki, I wanted to ask you something. So you were in the US when you started your journey towards classical dance, and then what drew you towards classical dance? Why not other dance forms? And And I'm sure, like when you were in the US and the kids in your class, it would you would not, you would be one of the few people who learned classical dance, right? So I'm just curious, like what drew you to classical dance?
Honestly, it was more of like how people looked so different from when they're like the difference. It shows more emotion and like it was very. Well, I don't know how to explain it,
I got it.
but
I
like
get it. I get you.
it's
The
something
emotion.
really different because like there it's always either like hip hop or jazz or like ballet, but like that was something so unique in my opinion.
Yeah, of course it is.
And and then like getting all red. I'm a like complete girly girl, so like getting all that costume and the hair and all that really excited me. And like just the entire dance form itself was so different
Different.
than
Yeah, I like
the
really.
normal thing.
Of course, I like the way you said it's unique because there's expressions in your face, and that I think that is the uniqueness of Indian classical dance, is that the expressions in your face, the eye movements, and all that. I'm not. I don't
Mhm.
think so. Any other class dance forms have that facial expression to this extent. Yes, I think like ballet and all, they
Yeah,
have like the
they
expressive
all
movements
have expressions, but this is like another level.
level. Yeah. And
Uh,
okay. And then what keeps you, now that you said like what inspired you in what was the inspiration to start dancing and what keeps you going? Because why I'm asking it, the classical dance, it requires a lot of commitment, discipline, and also it's quite hard
yeah,
on your knees and all that, right? It's more, so you
yeah,
do some exercises, and so it is not like, yes, there's a joy part to it, but also there's a discipline part to it as well. So I
yeah,
think it's quite uh, challenging to keep going, to keep pursuing, because it's not just always fun. Like, what?
yeah. There's certainly difficult parts in it,
Yeah,
but like more the things I enjoy of it, like just overpower the difficulties in it.
wonderful. So what that you enjoy is the just like the
Like
performance.
the yeah,
So you look
the
towards a
performances.
performance.
Yeah,
And do you dress up like when you go to the like for your lessons, when you go for your classes?
well, during classes they let us wear what we want, and we have to like put the tie the shawl in a certain way,
Oh, yeah,
and that's the only, and that too isn't like a requirement, it's just something they suggest you do
yeah,
to get more into like the zone of it.
yeah. To get into that mind frame of a classical dancer.
Yeah,
Oh, Nikki, can you just tell me the sentence, the exact sentence that you said? You said like the challenges overpower the joy. What was that? Like, it was so, that sentence that you just said, like, it was so profound.
the challenges in Bharatanatyam is like having to kneel down and do the entire thing.
Yeah,
It's so difficult on your like legs and your
yeah,
lower body. But the thing, there's even like upper body too. It's so precise, everything.
mm,
But like during practice and all, I used to get so tired and like thinking like, okay, I don't know if I can do it. But
mm,
then what one thing was like on the actual day, I won't have to do it like over and over again, just
mm,
once
yeah,
perfectly. And that's what they're trying to get me to do.
yeah,
And so I like get that, and then I just do try my best to do it perfect each time. But there's no way you can do it perfect each
no,
time.
yeah,
But like just trying is like so important.
true,
And like keeping on doing it instead
doing
of
it,
stopping thinking you can't do it.
yeah. And you also you said like the final performance, the joy of
Yes.
performance, that's what keeps you going, and that kind of overpasses all the
Like one thing
challenges.
I certainly kept thinking about during like practices and all was like that day I'll only have to do it once.
Yeah,
And that's like what kept me going.
yeah,
Like I had school during the performance. Like, that was my last day of school as well.
Yeah.
So it was like a huge thing. We were planning so much for the last day.
Yeah.
Like we were planning since we were like the second last batch of that school. So like 10th was the last grade in our school. So we had, and I was 9th. So we had to plan like the farewell and stuff for them.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
my
For the
teacher put
10th
me in
grade.
charge
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. So you had
So
that
it was like,
responsibility.
it was really hectic.
Oh.
So like I go from school and school ends at like 12:30 and I go straight from school to practice
Wow.
during the time of this.
Yeah.
So like once I get home, I was like almost dead tired.
Oh, I can
But like
see
it was
your
really
passion.
worth it.
Oh, yeah.
It
Now I
was
can
very
see
much.
that your passion, because I don't think anyone with this degree of passion for classical dance can do it can practice and all that, despite your exam, your additional responsibilities at school and all that. Well done and congratulations. Oh my God, I didn't wish you, like, I know I didn't tell you congratulations on your first performance, Nikita.
Thank you.
And another thing, like, no, you got to your mentor or guru is Asha Sharad and her mother, isn't it? I don't know Asha Sharad's name. So she's a famous dancer. And how was it? How was the experience like being mentored?
Oh, she is so down to earth and kind. Like the second we met her, she started talking to us as though she already knew us.
Yeah.
Even though that was like our first time meeting,
Yeah.
there was such like a connection that she keeps to like all her students.
Yeah. So
and like she would check up on us. And she came up in between during classes. Are you hungry? Are you thirsty?
Oh.
Need a break?
Oh, that's so beautiful.
She'd come to all students and ask. And they always had, and when they say they're hungry, like instead of just giving them like a fruit, like an apple, they'd give us like actual like milkshake.
Wow.
Like, mini things. And it was really energetic.
And of course, well, that's so nice of them, isn't it? To give milkshakes and all that.
And like on the day, they said that everyone needs to reach by 10:30, 11. But I couldn't get out of school till 12:30. So like they made that work for me.
Okay.
So like even though I did the makeup and all last, that opened up something else where the camera people came late.
Okay.
So they needed to record someone get their entire makeover done.
Okay.
And since I came late and they haven't started me, I got to do that, which is like a really unique thing, sitting under all the bright lights. Yeah.
Oh, so the entire makeover, like from the start, you making up, they could record it. I didn't see that video.
We didn't get that either, but I'm pretty sure that's for like the site or like an advertisement or something, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure, but they
That's
did do
good,
it. And
isn't
it was
it?
really
How
unique.
that worked out because you were late. The camera people also were late.
Yeah.
Then you got the chance.
They were like so okay with the fact that I had school and I couldn't come.
Yeah.
Because it was April 12th. So by that time, most schools had closed.
Yeah.
But the next 10th grade batch always stays later.
Okay.
Like school closes later to get prepared for the next year.
Yeah.
So I still had classes going.
Okay.
And they were so okay with that, with me coming late because of school.
Yeah. So like they're considerate and they understand that you have other things in life as well. And they're quite accommodative, isn't it? And I saw a picture of you with Asha Sharadano. The way you said, you used the word connection. That's what exactly I felt when I saw that picture, that connection you both share and her humility. Yeah, she's very humble. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, she talked to every person as though she's known them for years.
Oh, yeah. But that's a skill itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Nikki, like, I know, and I have often, this is like, again, out of curiosity. All right.
Yeah.
Just wanted to know your thoughts and perspective. I've heard people say that the reason why they are not keen about classical dance is because it restricts freedom. As in, like, like the other dance forms and all that, it is like you move your body with, there's freedom. And whereas classical dance, because it has got set of rules, and all these steps have some rules associated, right?
Mhm.
I've heard people
It's very
saying,
precise.
yeah, precise. And there's, I don't know, I can't, I'm using the word rule because lack of better word. There's, it's not like other dance, you can just move your body. There's a set of, as you
There's
said,
no right and maybe and then wrong. There's no maybe. It's
yeah,
either right or wrong.
yeah. So I've heard people saying that, oh, I like the reason why I'm not into classical, don't want to give a try learning classical dance is because they feel it kind of restricts their freedom, and they say, oh, dance is supposed to make you free and all that, which I believe is not right, because classical dance is it eventually paves the way to ultimate
Yeah.
freedom of body, mind, and soul. So did I explain the question correctly? Did you
Yeah,
understand
I
what I'm trying
understood.
to get?
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? I've always
This
wanted.
precision is not something I understood during the online class, but when I started going there for the practice of this,
Mm,
is when I realized about the right and wrong
yeah.
of each single movement.
Mm-hmm.
But like, since I'm still learning,
Mm,
it's a lot of precision. But
yeah.
like, once you've learned, even though there's no ending to learning, but once you reach a certain point, I feel like it could be really free and you can like do more with it,
Yeah.
while other forms of like modern
Yeah.
dances are like they begin free,
Yeah.
but this is like you start really precise and
Mm,
learning correct
yeah.
hand positions and all. So it starts really strict,
Mm.
and then like I feel like as you go it gets more calmer and more free.
And that's really what I believe also, Nikita. Like like when you see all these famous classical dancers, you can see
Yeah,
there is a freedom in them. Like their personality there's something like that inner freedom and inner power. Like when I see Asha Sharat, that's what she's like an epitome of freedom, kindness. That's an eternal freedom. That's what I see in classical dancers. So you're right. It eventually, like, there is rules, there's discipline and all that, but it's the ultimate.
at
It's
first when you start learning it's all the steps are pretty stiff,
step. Yeah,
but as you keep doing those steps you learn to loosen up
yeah,
while doing, even though those are like really precise steps,
yeah.
while keeping the precision you learn to loosen up a bit, I guess. I'm still like going through
Yeah.
loosening up,
Oh my
but
God, you have
that's
explained it
what I
so
think.
beautifully, and I do believe that's the truth. Like all our classical dance forms, they have like something deeper to it, isn't it? And then also the more you practice, you are getting into deeper parts of yourself, and that's freeing your body. Like as you said, as you go progress, there's freedom. Nikki, I've always wanted to ask someone about it, and then the way you explained it and your perspective, I really, it really resonates with me, and I do believe that is the truth. So Nikki, like, do you have any advice for aspiring classical dancers, especially like, the kids living overseas, the Indian kids living overseas, like any advice, anything, tips or suggestion, like someone who is like holding themselves back from not learning classical, but in their heart, they want to learn. So, like someone in that dilemma, like, do you have any advice, anything for the aspiring
Well,
dancer?
the learning part is always going to be difficult, but the outcome of it, like while you're performing or like once you see like the performance you do, is such a reward, and it like makes up for all the practices and the difficulties in practice.
Wow. That's a great advice, isn't it? That's so, the way you said reward, that word, that the way you said that word reward itself, it gives a feeling to me that it's really rewarding. That taste of that reward of performing a classical dance, it's really rewarding. That's wonderful, Nikki. Uh, what else, darling? Like, how do you like to practice? Like on a daily basis, do you practice? Do you do some exercises? Like,
I practice when I can. I try to exercise every day.
hmm,
And I have class once a week.
yeah,
So like we learn a routine each day. Well, we don't learn one routine, we learn parts of a routine each day.
yeah.
So like now I think I've learned about 7 or 8 routines
Okay,
over the past 1.5, 2 years.
okay. Those are the exercises that you do. So you're building on your exercises, right?
No, these are actual like dance routines.
Okay,
And like we take like few minutes in the beginning to practice like the actual like they're called adavas. So like
yeah,
it's the steps,
yeah.
like the
So
building
that's
blocks to each dance.
okay. So every day you do a bit of the other verse and just to make sure that you're in
I
touch.
try to.
Right. Okay. That's a good, like, doing every day, even 10 minutes, I guess it's a big thing. It adds
Or
up.
like if I can't actually do it, I like try to watch the video that you just
Okay.
sent.
Yeah, that is good.
So I'm not completely gone by
Yeah.
next class.
Yeah. Even watching videos and you're connecting with the dance, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Something else you wanted to say, Nikita, like, something else that you want to share about dance or anything that you want to tell classical dancers, kids?
It's completely upon what the person likes.
Yeah.
Because my sister Nadu,
Yeah.
she started with me,
Yeah.
but felt that she would like be better and she wanted to do more like hip hop and more things that is more flexible.
Mm-hmm.
She's like flexible. So
Right.
she didn't want to do this.
Yeah.
She preferred now she's learning hip hop and more contemporary style dance.
Okay. That's cool.
And like even after seeing like a performance, she still felt that her decision to stop was right.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's
Uh,
like completely upon what a person likes to do.
Nikki, I really loved it because, it is I believe like each person has some uniqueness, and it is basically tapping into that uniqueness and pursuing that rather than
Yeah.
comparing yourself with someone else or doing something because everyone does it. And so hats off to your sister, Nanu. No, at this young age itself, she knows what she wants and she is, pursuing what she wants, regardless of what her sister does. It's like, I think that's commendable at a young age that a child
Yeah.
knows what she really wants. Uh, and Nikki, now that you have performed your first Arangetam, and what are your future plans as a classical, not as a classical dance? How do you see yourself
I
progressing?
still want to continue. Like, I know there are levels, but I still don't know like what the levels are.
Hmm.
So like the more theoretical part of it I'd like to learn.
Okay.
Or like the things behind it.
Yeah.
Like why certain things are done, like
Okay.
meaning behind like a certain dance,
Okay.
certain gestures.
As in that you want to know the story behind, because I think all the class.
Yeah, like the slightest difference in a certain hand action can
Yeah.
completely change the meaning of a step.
Okay. Yeah.
Each dance is like a story.
Oh. So you want to go deeper into this, even the theory bit,
Yeah,
isn't it? Not just the
yeah,
dance, but the story behind it. And I suppose that's theory is the right word, isn't it? I meant like the
yes,
knowledge, wisdom behind classical dance, because I think all our Indian dance forms, as well as yoga, whatever it is, like the Indian traditional things have meaning and depth and so much to it. So you want to go deeper.
yeah.
It's knowledge, wisdom. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful, Nikki. And yeah. I loved it, Nikki. And you are so like all your perspectives are so insightful. Insightful, deep, profound. And darling, like So yeah, something else like before we end, do you want to, for me, it's been a wonderful experience. It has been so insightful. And I have been learning classical dance for 1 year, as in like just two days a week. I just started off and I'm up to Kudiktamatta. So hearing all your insights and your perspective. So I am looking forward to performing one day. And the way you said the taste of reward is so beautiful. And so thank you for inspiring me as well. And Nikita, like before we end, did you want to say something to all our audience?
We've covered so much already.
Yeah, I know, like we have covered, and anyone watching it, I'm sure they'll be so inspired to do what they want, isn't it? Like you're not saying that classical dance is the ultimate happiness that anyone can have. The way you said, like each person has something, and it's about pursuing, and despite the challenges, the outcome is
Yeah.
rewarding, and so keep working towards your outcome. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Nikki, like it was wonderful, wonderful having you, and thank you for sharing everything. And yeah, and thank you for watching, everyone. And do share it with your friends and the kids who are learning classical dance and aspiring dancers. And sending you all lots and lots of love. Thank you so much, Nikki. And Nikki, as a I'm so honored to have my little niece, and that itself is I'm so joyous to have you, Nikki. Love you, darling. Love you, sweetheart. I love you so much.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you soon, darling. Bye. Bye.